the letter from Prosecutor Ferrero. And by the way, he wished to be here, but he's tied up in the Ziegler strategy meeting with some of our staff, Mr. Ross, preparing for the Court of Appeals issue that should be filed. But what we want to discuss with you today is the fact that the $1 million that we have saved the county in obtaining the grants, which at this point we need the reimbursement to go back to them, and that is only a loan, and Kent will discuss that further until the March grant money comes out. But anyhow, I just want to give you a brief background of the operation of our office. As you well know, our attorneys have to be in court under court rules and under the rules of the superintendency of the Supreme Court of the state of Ohio. They are under deadlines and have to work more than the 8:30 to 4:30 most of the time. And I think that's indicative, and you folks are aware of the Ziegler case, which we had one or two people in the office working at midnight a couple nights ago, pardon me, and another one that had come in after working hours to do various research. Also, the Mamone case took a great deal, this year took a great deal of time, and our attorneys, of course, do not get paid overtime, and they do not work the standard 8 hours a day. They a lot of times work more than that. The grant that we are speaking about, or the grants that we are speaking about, are outlined in the letter, and Kent will address that more fully. What Mr. Ferrero is having a meeting with the staff tomorrow to enlighten them as to how deep we have to go with furloughs or layoffs. And we would like to have some sort of commitment as to where we go with regard to funding, especially on the reimbursement of the grants, and to finish out the year. Are there any questions? Go ahead, Steve.
I had, I read the letter and I conversed with Mike Hankey today about that. And we all understand the financial difficulties that every department within this county is facing. But I guess through all of the discussions that we can have and should have, and I've encouraged this discussion to happen since March, we have a choice. We can say no to your request, or we can say yes to your advance. And the money that I see that you're asking for would then be taken out of the monies that you would be receiving for next year, because we absolutely have no money. If we take your request out of our budget stabilization fund, that reduces that number that much, which then increases your, right now we're at 16%, that increases what you need to budget for next year. That's the only place that we have those
well,
we've submitted
the 16% budget cut. You saw that. But the big issue is the reimbursements of the grants. Mm-hmm. If we don't get the money for the reimbursements of the grants, which you're under contract to reimburse, right? Then we might as well not go next year and get $1 million. Mm-hmm. Or there's a forfeiture. I think there's a forfeiture clause in those contracts. Mm-hmm. But I'll let Kent address the issue more. Okay. But we'd like a commitment so we can tell our people what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. Now we're at a position where we could furlough now or lay off, which we don't want to do because we have courts to staff. We have a Ziegler case to handle. And if there's any more capital murder cases, I don't know what we're going to do.